Hello everybody, this is JohnnyMS, and today we're going to talk about planning. There's so much planning with MS, and we have to think of every little detail. So I've thought about this a lot, and I think the best way to describe planning with MS is that it is a constant burden. It feels like you have to carry water the entire time. Best way I can describe it to other people like my parents, family, etc. is that imagine a normal person. Imagine if you're a normal person without MS, and imagine having to have a 75-pound weight vest on always, at all times. So imagine 75 pounds. Okay, if you're normal, I would say 30 to 50 pounds is probably fairly easy. But if you get into the 75-pound range, things are really hard. When you have that pack on, it's not about only the weight. It's about you can't turn left or right quickly because you have to think about it, right? There's everything you have to think about because you have that 75-pound weight on. So that's the metaphor I'm trying to get across, is that imagine if a normal person had to wear a 75-pound weight vest for the rest of their lives. They would have to think about everything, like the distance walking into a restaurant, how quickly they can turn left or right. There's so many things you have to think about. So that is my metaphor for MS. I feel like we have to think about every little detail in order to live life. Like, that's our normal. So the first example I want to talk about is that there are so many events that I think about doing and I just can't. I got invited to a New Year's Eve party this past year, and the point is that it's a friend of mine. I know I've never been to his house, but I know that he is a very welcoming person, and I would have normally gone. If I didn't have MS and I didn't have all these things to think about and issues to factor in, I would have gone because I enjoy him. I've known him for a lot of years, maybe 20 years. But I decided not to go. And the reason I decided not to go was because there were too many factors, too many things I didn't know. I didn't know if he had a long stairway to his front door. I didn't know if once I was inside his house, where we were going to sit, where the bathroom was located in comparison to where we were going to sit. There were just so many factors. And I don't really drink alcohol anymore, but if I wanted to have a single beer or something, I need to have a bathroom nearby. So there were just too many variables that I did not feel good going. Another short one is that, and this is just life. So imagine everything in life you have to think about, and there's so much planning. So I need to buy an 8-foot ladder. So my house, most of it, a 6-foot ladder will work. If I have a smoke alarm or something that I need to get down, I don't get on ladders very much. But even if I had my dad get on a ladder, he would need an 8-foot ladder for this one thing. So I need to buy an 8-foot ladder and have it in my house so that when he needs it, he has it. Well, something as easy as getting an 8-foot ladder, it's not easy. It's not like I can walk into Home Depot, pick out a ladder, and just come home with it. It's not as simple as that. So I need to look. Luckily, we have the internet. Luckily, I can look on their websites. I can see who has one, the price, if they're in stock, etc. So luckily, I know, not Home Depot, I don't think, but Lowe's, you can buy it and they will bring it out to your truck. So I can still drive, so that's good with MS. I can still drive, but walking into Lowe's, picking up a ladder, and then bringing it all the way out to my car or my truck, just not in the books for me. So they bring it out to my truck, and that's great. So then I have to factor in, how am I going to take it out of my truck? Am I going to be able to carry it and bring it into my garage? Things like that. I have to think of every little detail just to go get an 8-foot ladder, which they're not that expensive. They're not that big. They're not that heavy, but every little factor. Like if it's too hot outside, there's no way I can do that. But if it's less than 74 degrees outside, yeah, I can probably do it. But I have to think about all these things, right? Because if it's a hot day, I shouldn't even try. Because when it's hot outside, I can't even walk. The other thing, I'm currently in the job search, and I'm so thankful, there are 2 companies that technically I'm in the second round of interviews with. And one of them is 100% remote. So I'm really looking forward. I'm hoping that one will work out. But then there's another one that is nearby, maybe 3 to 4 miles away. But the point is that it's hybrid. So it's 3 days a week in the building and then 2 days a week at home. That's really all I know. I don't know if they're hardcore about that kind of stuff. I don't know. But the point is that it's not a little bitty office. It's, I think, got 2 or 3 buildings. So if I got a job in a place like that, I might sit in one end of the complex. And then what if I have a meeting with somebody 2 buildings over? Okay, that's not close. So walking that far, maybe I can do it, but I don't know. I don't know how far it is. I don't know if it's easy to get to. I have to factor all those things in. And sadly, I don't think I'll know that until I'm in the office to understand. All I want to say is that everything takes planning. Everything takes planning. And I'm okay thinking about some of the stuff because, we have to. But the thing is, though, it's like I need to stop crippling myself to not do things at all because I'm worried. I don't need to be worried. I need to plan for as much as I can. And if I can get most of the things out of the way or checked off, I need to just understand that I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I've had MS for more than 12 years now. I can figure it out. And everybody I interact with knows I have MS. Obviously, the new job wouldn't because I haven't told them. But everybody, family or friends, they know. But it's just, I just need to trust myself to know that if I can get, let's say, 70% of the way there, I can figure out the other 30%. I can make it work. It may not be ideal. It may be hard, but I will do whatever it takes to figure it out.